Hello, thank you for stopping with us today. If you are a para or employee in the district, you will need to log into the computer with your login and your password. If you are not an employee, regular employee of the district and don't have an email with us, then you need to log into the computer this way. When you turn on the computer and it boots up, you'll have a box there. The login is PS, as in primary school, student, and the password is Hawks with a capital H, Hawks 18 exclamation point. Once you've done that, you'll get to a screen where you are going to be ready to log into the Destiny program or the library program. So on your desktop, in the search bar up here, just put in hsdr3.org for Hillsborough School District, r3.org. And when you get to that, you'll get to the district webpage. When you get there, go over here to schools, down to primary, and then scroll down to the bottom. And at the very bottom, there's primary links. And here, right here, it says Destiny Library Catalog. So you're going to click on that. Up here, you want to pick the primary school again. And then all the way over to the far right here, it says Login. So if you click on that, now we're to the username and password here for the Destiny program. In the username, you are going to use PS sub, as in primary school sub, and the password is books. So if you type that in here, PS sub, and then the password is books, and log in. Now you're into our system. Up here, the most that you'll be working with today is either catalog. If you need to search for a book, you can search by title, keyword, and find out where the book is in the library. But mostly you'll be using the circulation today to check out kids, check them in or out. So over here on the left, it says check out, check in. First thing in the morning, you'll be getting a lot of books in, and you'll be checking in books. So click check in. Once the cursor is here, you can start scanning the barcode on the top of the book, the large white one on the front of the cover, and it will start to show you different books. I'm just going to pick a number here, and it'll show you that book name is Little White Dog. So if I had scanned that, if I do 598, one too many numbers. It sometimes shows a picture, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on if the catalog has a picture. Okay, so you can see that they're being checked in. Watch that as you're checking in, because it will do the beeping sound, but sometimes not capture the number on the barcode. So, and you can also hand put them in with the number keys on your right side of your keyboard and push enter after you put in each number. So that's an option for you for checking in books. So once all your books are in, then you're going to need to decide who can check out based on who brought their books back. Kindergarten students only get one book. So if their book is missing, they won't be getting a book today. If it's a first or second grader, they get two books. So if they have one book out, they can still choose one book today. If they have both books out, then they just read magazines, which are over by the tank for the spider. So once you have your books checked in, let's go to check out. There's two choices in checking out. If a person comes in individually, all the way over here on the right, it says to patron or by home. If you're checking out to patron, this would be more like a teacher coming in or a student coming in on their own on pass. You would want to either, if you have a student with a library pass, you would scan their pass because it has a barcode and brings up their name real easy. If you don't, and it's a teacher, let's say the teacher comes in, Mindy always knows her number. She'll say 48 right away and push find patron, and it will bring her up. And then you're ready to just scan all the books that need to be checked out to her. If they don't know their number, that's okay, because there's so many numbers to learn in this world. You can just type in the teacher's last name, push find patron, You'll get a list of everybody in her class, but she is right here, Sharon Lester. And then you can check out to her. So checking out by patron, by name, or by number. Now with classes, each class that you have in, you're going to go over to homeroom up here on the right, and you're going to then go to the drop down and pick which teacher. So if you notice on the wall, on the pole there to your left, if you're sort of sitting at the circulation desk, is my schedule for the day. And so you can see each teacher that you're going to have one after another and what time. So let's just say that I have Miss Gosling's class next. I pick her name, I pick select patron, and then I get a picture view of all of the students in her class. Some do not have pictures. If the students started after pictures were taken, we might not have their picture in there, but their name will still be in blue. So I want to check out to Brooklyn. She comes up with her book ready to check out. I click on her name, and I see she has a book out, but in theory, we would talk about them having their books out and getting them back, deciding who can check out before they come up. But once I click on her name, I scan the book that she's checking out. It will show up here as a picture, and then they go and sit down to look at their book until it's time to go. You can reset here, but then you have to pick the teacher's name again and go through all that. So make sure when you're going to the next student to check out, go to select patron right here, and that way you go back to the full picture view. You can get there here too, but you just have to, if you push reset, you have to go back and pick Miss Gosling's class and go through that way. So you can do that with each teacher each time they come in. I would suggest that after all of the kids sit down, if you have a moment after and you look at it and you think, I don't think I remember her saying her name, just click and see if they have a book out. No, she didn't have a book out. Rachel, are you here today? Could you come up and check out? You want to make sure that we get everybody checked out. A lot of times they just get excited about their book, sit down, and forget to come over and check out. Sometimes they're absent, so there's an empty spot. If they have a book checked out, you'll see it already, and you'll be set to go. Let's go back now to who can check out. Up here at the top, next to circulation, is reports. This is how we print reports for who has books out for that day. So when you go to reports, on the left, then you have library reports, and you have current checkouts and fines. So we're going to click that. Being a little slow here today. Now to set up your day's checkouts, this first one here, I'm going to actually get rid of these so it's easier to see. We set up one report that says the same thing again and again. So if it just says checkout number 3, everything is saved as far as what kind of patrons, meaning just students, not teachers, not parents. What dates. So if you go over to the little pencil here, all you have to do is click that. And all you're changing each day is when they have to be back. So whatever day it was, just pick the next day. So if this was 3/1, I'd change it to 3/2. Unless it's a weekend. If you're coming in on Monday, then you want to go a few days ahead because you need a full week. You need at least a full week so we know their books are back. Push continue. You don't have to touch any of this because it's already been saved with just parents and students, what year, just books. So you just push continue again. And here's where we're set. We're printing 2 notes per page because we're not wasting paper. Everything is set up already, so all you have to do is pick the teacher. And you want to pick it in both spots because if you pick 2, you're going to get every teacher between Jalal and Russo. So always make sure that it says the same name in both. So if I was doing Miss Jalal's class because she's coming in today, I'm going to pick her name. I don't even have to touch any of this because it's all set up. The first one of the day, you're going to push save and run. That way it will save that date that you put in and you don't have to keep putting that in for the next teacher and the next teacher. And then this is showing that it's in progress, that it's printing that report right now. Sometimes you can push it along by refreshing, or so I think. It's like pushing the knob on the button on the elevator. Now it is complete. The report is complete. You push view, and you can see who has books checked out. In this case, there's several. I would say, oh my goodness, there's 2 per page and there's this many pages, I would call this teacher and say, I see you have a lot of notes. Could you send down your books? But if there's 2 or 3 notes, then that's pretty obvious. You can push print up here. Your printer there at school would say printer number 2, and then you push print. Now, when you go to read the notes to the students, cancel out of here, you'll have notes like this. Their name is right here, Brody. Brody, you have 2 books out. Sorry, bud, you cannot check out. Go get a magazine. If you have somebody who has just 1 out and they're a first or second grader, see all of these list 2 books, 2 books, 2 books. Then you would, this one has a damaged book, so they have 2 books out and a damaged book. They can't get anything. But if it said just 1 book, then you could tell them they could get 1. Unless they're a kindergartner, they only get 1 book. Okay, so I've done that for my 1 person. Okay, next teacher, might as well get them all done this morning if all the books have been checked in so that you're ready to go for the day. Oops, didn't have to go that far out. And you go through the process again. You pick the pencil here. You don't have to change anything because we saved it the first time. Continue, continue. Don't have to change anything because we changed it at the beginning. So now my next teacher after Miss Jalal today is going to be Miss Brown. I'm going to go down. And now I just run notices because I already have saved the setup. It's in progress. I wait for it to refresh, and then I'll click on it to view it. Probably a bad choice here because Miss Brown is virtual right now, so she's not going to have any kids with books checked out. If you see this, then you know that everybody in the class brought their books back and they can all check out. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much for working with us today and helping sub, and good luck.